T Plus. Thank you very much for joining. Really appreciate all of you who have been a part of this Talk TP. Thank you for joining. Good afternoon to you, Dave Akusu. Appreciate your presence. Lilia Kande, thank you for joining also. So, what's happening in the markets? We will soon take a look and surely get back to you on what to expect going forward. First of all, let's go ahead and see the top gainers for the day as usual. So I'll go on to stop the holes and take a look at the top gainers for the day to give us an idea of what to expect and what's happening. What's going on with a stock like Aradel. 2 days from now, the qualification date will be upon us. And so I expect that more people will be trying to buy, like I predicted last week, that as we approach qualification date for a stock like Aradel, what we will see is that there will be a little bit of price action, whereby the price will start going upwards. And so for all of those sideways movements, all those times, it may be time up for such activity. So let's see who are the top gainers for the day. For now, top gainers for the day on, okay, there's a bit of a hitch on that network. We are seeing Honeywell floor going up to 13 Naira per share. I'd like you to ask your questions early. Sorry for the disappointment of yesterday. If your call or your question was not attended to, Big Bright, thank you for being there. All right, so keep your questions coming in. For those of us who may be wondering what's happening to Dangote Sugar, well, over the weekend, Dangote himself published on his LinkedIn account that they have secured a property in Ghana where they will also be processing sugar. And then that was followed by another publication where he said somewhere around Adamawa or so, if I'm not mistaken, was it Taraba or somewhere like that, that they had also acquired some hectares of land with the idea is to produce tomato pastes, and it means that it could just mean that Dangote Foods may be in the cards. And so that announcement, especially about the sugar refinery facility in Ghana, saw to it that Dangote Sugar has been moving yesterday and even today. But not much movement yet today, but these are pointers to the fact that the Dangote merger may still be in the cards. Papi D's, thank you for joining. Emini, thank you for joining. Osamwonyi Humphrey, thank you for joining. UF Kopure, thank you for joining. Luli Akonde, appreciate your presence. Okay, so keep your questions coming in. The session has started full blast. Let's know what you have to say. But do you know what? Aradel should be selling around 500 Naira per share right now. And as predicted, we're making progress. Yesterday, the volume was huge, over 7 million Aradel, amounting to about 3-point-something billion was staked. And you see, what I can see or interpret is that actually looks like some big money investors might be reinvesting their dividends from other stocks into Aradel so they can also participate and benefit from the dividend. Okay, Grace says, can I still buy more tips now? I do not think that when a stock rises that quick that you should hop in, because there will be a chance for it to come lower. Currently, tip is at 5 Naira 98 kobo. See our little tip punching on all cylinders and flying. I would suggest if you want to buy tip, you wait for a while. That tip lingered around 3 Naira something for long before touching 4. And only twice it touched 4 and came down, touched 4 and came down. it's no longer going below 4 at the moment, but anything can happen. And most of these stocks, there are a lot of traders in them. So let's understand that not everybody who wants to take a long-term position in these stocks like we are trying to do. So when you see the stock running so fast, it's good that you slow down a bit and wait for a pullback to take position. So you don't rush in buy only to see it pull back, and then you know the bad feeling that you can have with that. Right below the current 598. It might just continue tomorrow. It can't cross up to 6. Just 2 kobo left for tip to start selling for 6 naira. That could happen tomorrow, but usually after every new height, a stock usually dips. Okay, so you buy the dip on tips. I wish that you bought even at that 451. Up till last week, it was selling for 451. Right? Yes, 451. Maybe your cash wasn't available at that time. So I can understand, because I know that you have a strong desire to grow your portfolio. So let's take it one step at a time. As we make progress, never mind, it will come back to your bus. What stock do I buy today? Is asking. If you are looking for a long-term investment, a stock like let's see. Some of these stocks you need to wait a bit to take position. And then we can be able to tell exactly what category or type of stock. Scenes, Baba Gift, where have you been? We've been talking about tip. In fact, from November, I think I started mentioning tip at 1 naira 90 kobo. Even when it was 1 naira 90 kobo, after I mentioned it, it dropped to 1 naira 80 kobo, and then 185 goes to 190, and then comes back down to 185, and so on and so forth. But here we are today, 598, just in a space of 6 months. And that's a quantum leap, I can tell you. In an economy where there is complaints about things not working and things getting difficult and money being difficult to make. So when we say here that money is easy to make, we are trying to make it real for ourselves. So eventually, the things that we have invested in begins to reflect what we are saying. That's why sometimes I tell you, just type money is easy to make. Money is easy to make, and then you start seeing things happen to your own favor. All right. So we go again. What is your view about May and Baker? Austin Mamous. I said it yesterday regarding May and Baker that, no, not yesterday. I think it was still last week. May and Baker is a very good stock, and being a pharmaceutical company that has stayed on even when other stocks, other pharmaceutical players, especially the foreigners, have left the Nigerian scene, it tells you that they will have more market share. And by the way, their first quarter result was awesome, great, and even though the stock actually had lagged so long behind, I think it's picking up now. I saw it around 9 naira this morning or thereabouts. May and Baker, that 9 or over 8 naira plus. So, but that stock also behaved somewhat like CWG as well. It stayed around 5 naira for so long, and then when it manages to get to 6, it drops back to 5. That was how it struggled until we are where we are right now. Coach, what are your penny stock recommendations for long term? Stock recommendations for long term. Oh, Mr. Frank, I will see you soon, maybe next month, right there live in Finland. Okay, so penny stock recommendations. I would still go with tip, but I would prefer you get into tip at a good price. And the fact with this market is that when you buy a stock, you make money from your enterprise. So it's important to know when, if you can target tip around between 4, 8 and 5 naira per share, if possible, that's a good entry. Then I would like you to also target UPDC under 3 naira. UPDC under 3 naira. It's a very good enterprise as well. Then look the way of QTix. QTix is at 2 naira 50 kobo. I understand the sluggishness because they did a 1-for-1, so the stock price will have to consolidate for a while before any further movement. So anything under 2 naira 50 kobo, like 2 naira 40, 2 naira 30 kobo, very good enterprise. What other penny stock are we looking at now? I could also say Charms at nothing more than 2 naira. All of these things requires patience, very possible. Penny stocks to add to your list. Also add Mansard. Mansard Insurance currently hovering around 8. If you can see it around 8 and below 8, a good stock to accumulate at the moment. And then you may want to add Cornhall as well, right? Cornhall is another good stock to add to your Cornhall. Also, you should buy under 3 naira. I know it's above 3 naira now. Buy under 3 naira. Stay patient, put in your bid. You are most likely going to. If you can get those stocks at these prices and relax yourself, you will be minting money in a couple of years. Coach, at what price can you suggest to buy Charms for long-term investment? More Life B, More Life 8, More Life 8 is okay. At the moment, it continues to go around 2 naira and so on. So just stay patient and accumulate at 2 naira. The beautiful thing about penny stocks is that every kobo, it makes a lot of sense. If you have 1 million shares, have 100K from dividend payments, what stocks can I reinvest in? Please. 100K reinvestment, that is, you are now compounding. Do you see the quality of people that we are no longer faced with the immediate concerns about material expenses? Yes, they may have money to spend, but the fact that that discipline and desire to reinvest dividend, it speaks volumes of how far you can go. So where do you put your 100K now? I think a stock like at this point, 100K, you shouldn't go for something too expensive, so it almost doesn't wipe out the entire capital without your seeing sufficient stocks. But I can suggest that you go ahead to invest 100K in QTix. 50 kobo right now, but if you can see that 2 naira 30, 2 naira 40 kobo, that's fine. QTix is okay. Okay. Otherwise, you could look at a stock like Jaiz Bank and wait for it at 3 naira or 310. 310. Yeah. Just stay patient. Patience is your friend in this market. Patience is your friend in this market. Patience is your friend in this market. 2 naira. As on how much you find tip at 598, I strongly believe there will be a pullback, so you can buy it cheaper. Otherwise, 2 naira benchmark for champs anytime, any day is great. Coach, what's your take on Owando? Owando, the entire market is waiting for the first quarter result, and the longer they delay that result, the wearier the short-term or medium-term investors in that stock. And so it means that the price will drop if they don't come out with their first quarter result early enough. Let the first quarter result just be good. If it is an improvement on the previous, then be sure to see some rally in Owando. Owando currently at 40 and 41 naira per share, could just rally above that to nearly 50 if the first quarter result is released on time and is good enough compared to the previous quarter, right? Okay, so that's about that. Money is easy to make. That's from Grace. Zini says, good day, coach. After scooping Guinness at 79 and 80, it's currently 87. Ain't you just wonderful, Zini? That's what we're talking about. You strike when the iron is hot, and the money grow like grass. I've told you before this year runs out, Guinness should be 100 naira plus stock. And we're just watching, currently 87 already. It's really bad. Kiddies were in Lagos, so sorry about that. It's been a terrible experience with networks these days, and yet they are quick to charge even more, increasing the tariffs. Oluwaseun, you didn't hear what I said. You could type your questions again. What did you miss? Or what was I talking about? All right, thank you very much. Cheers me. I see the gift you are sending there. You know what to do, guys. Keep power tapping your screens. Tap your screen severally. That generates a lot of likes. And then share this live session as often as you will, so that even with your gifts that you give on screen, all of those activities makes the algorithm draw the attention of anybody on TikTok or Instagram to join us and benefit from this beauty of information we are sharing here. Please, the details Atlas sent to me this morning keep displaying invalid when trying to log in. Call me, please do make sure you manually type them in, because that is also part of what may cause those confusion. Oh, Viceroy says he got tip at 5 naira today. Now my average buy is 4 naira 22. You see that? That means you averaged up. I am guessing target Wema Bank between 12 and 11. Based on their performance in the first quarter, Wema Bank should eventually proceed above 13 much later on. So I think it's around studied. There could still be a chance that Wema sells for as low as 10 and 11. I saw it happen several times. When Wema Bank got to 12, it dropped to 8 something and 9 something and kept going back and forth. So take advantage of those behaviors. What happens with these stocks is that not everybody is in it for the long term, and there are a lot of institutional traders who buy them in bulk. So every 1 or 2 naira gain that they make, the institutional of what they have, maybe not necessarily everything they have, but in the course of offloading, they tend to depress the price in that process. So if somebody has 1 billion shares that they are trading and it gains 2 naira, they've made 2 billion naira on that particular stock. So they can decide, okay, let's offload 500 million shares, and they don't care how low it drops. The important thing is they exit at very good profit, some of what they already have. So when that occasion presents itself, you and I delve in. I'll give you an instance. We spoke about Cadbury, then Cadbury jumped to 32 naira from 35 naira, 9 naira. and then suddenly it dipped back to. At that point, the first thing to strike you is fear. But we have just reviewed the first quarter result, and I have said this is a very good stock, right? That we should go in. But it dipped to 29, and the human nature, fear, steps in. And while people were hesitating, it went back up almost immediately above 30. As we speak now, a stock like Cadbury is now selling for around 37 naira or 38 naira per share, right? So that's it. Coach, I stay in UK and I would like to invest in Nigeria, in the Nigerian stock market. What platform can I use? Choosy North par excellence. Use Atlas portfolios to buy Nigerian stocks. Send me a DM on Instagram. I will send you the link, just as someone up there just said details and so on. My brother is actually a UK citizen, and he's been there for over 20 years, and he's been using Atlas portfolios, and there is no story. Most of my mentees and followers are scattered across the diaspora. So do not delay. Any questions you have will be answered. We have a community here of very responsive and caring members who are quick to respond to you where you have need, even if you are starting out now, right? That's what we share in common. The ability to sacrifice and be there for each one, to render help to anyone who needs it. Because freely we have received knowledge, just like I say, freely I receive knowledge, freely I share. So we share amongst ourselves so that we make the world a better place, okay? This is not about content creation. This is not about content creation, like I said, it's about followers. I'm just interested in really seeing money overnight riches. I can personally assure you that you will fail flat. A time will come you will fail flat. Why am I so confident? And it is not a curse. It's because you are walking contrary to nature. You are walking contrary to the principles governing the universe. And that's why I look at people who have financial struggles and they seem to blame their economy, challenges they are facing financially. The summary of everything I see all the time is somebody who has purposely or unconsciously gone ahead to war against. You can't, as a human being who needs to survive in this earth, be fighting against the principles governing the earth. Many are killing themselves financially without knowing. I'll give you an instance. We live in a world governed by the force of gravity. This little thing here is a battery. It has weight. And it means, should this thing be left alone, something will ensure that it drops and doesn't stick around in the air. Nothing will ever pull it upwards. From whatever height I raise it to, if I let it be, what happens? Take a look. It drops. Why did it drop? Because there is a law governing the world called the law of gravity. Where I am now, and decide that they will jump from that building down, and because they know God, they can speak in tongues. There is you so close to God as to violate his principle and still expect him to come, still expect him to come, still expect him to come and right? Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what people are doing right now. The first day it was planted, whatever mango was planted, that's it. So how will you now come into this world? Who's guiding the world? They found the village obey the principle of reproduction. Your education, don't care where you are right now, and you keep spending everything under the excuse that it's not enough. So who is going to give you more money when you finish the one you have earned? Mother, your siblings, your uncles and aunts love you. They can't continue. You are to do the necessary and come to the and the wants are different from needs. If wants are taking a lot of your money such that you can't afford to invest, cut off wants, focus on invest. By so doing, you are obeying some other places they call it the principle of soul. The problem people have is spending or living beyond their means. Means is the future. So what do you do? Live below your means. So you take the excess and invest. If you do this regularly over a few years, you will not need to struggle anymore. But if you keep eating up everything you have, you are piling up a sorrowful future for yourself, because I hope you are getting the point now. So that's it. I do not want to talk too long over this and let questions keep piling up, but I hope somebody's getting something somewhere. Okay. Do I have a caller? Let me check. Okay, I don't have a caller. Let's go ahead. Network is really bad today. Kids were in Lagos, so sorry about that. That's how bad it is everywhere. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, when you see somebody simply fighting nature, and nobody ever fights nature and wins. You can't challenge nature and talk. It's impossible. All you need, if you found a wealthy man, I'm talking about genuine wealth now, legitimate wealth. If you find a wealthy man anywhere, because he has aligned himself with the principles governing the earth. That's why I repeat, poverty is the evidence of the disobedience of the laws that governs wealth. And I take it again. Poverty is the evidence of governing wealth. Disobeying law and are suffering the punishment. Yeah? That's it. Atkins says, coach of the U.S. day trade added on Discord made much money. Congratulations, you were fast and smart. Thank you very much. I also made money on PLRZ. I was quick, just hopped in and hopped out. And when I do that, I just shut down the system. I don't go back. Donald Ngam says, currently I'm open to invest 150K. Please, which stock should I go for? What stocks to go for 150,000? Go ahead and buy First Holdco, 24 Naira plus. First Bank. Network is really poor. Life is seizing. Official Mobos, sorry about that. Okay, I can't pause the live session and do that. Just follow me on Instagram and I will send to you. Sir, new cap, a goodbye. Don't know. Coach, what's your advice on Vitafoam at 48 Naira 95 kobo? Vitafoam was recommended at 24 Naira or so, and it went this high. But the report we are seeing makes it look as Naira may not be too much, but let's assume that there is a good and a reasonable pullback down to between 40 and 45 or 43, which is possible. Then that will be a fantastic entry again. So a little bit of 5, 44, and then you take a very long-term position, because Vitafoam published a fantastic first quarter coming from a lot of quantum profits. Nicky Mam says, Coach, when I sell a stock, do I get the exact amount or some percentage will be deducted? Yes, some percentage will be deducted because there will always be commission on transaction. Always check on your contract notes. When you buy, there's a contract note. When you sell, there's also a contract note. The contract note eventually gives you details of the transaction fees. So it is broken down for you to see all of those. Thank you very much. Coach, what's the best entry price for NASCON? My previous average entry price is 35. At this point, 40, I don't know how much is NASCON now. Is it 50? Well, you just may need to have to wait for a pullback to around 45, 44, 45, if possible. Coach, I also have 100K to invest. Do you advise me to buy First Holdco and hold for short term? I do not easily talk about short term investing in the Nigerian market because of the lower volatility that the market experiences. So I may not be tempted to talk about short-term horizons. But what I know is that First Holdco is okay at the price it is, or you can also go for access. Okay, what app is best for stock buying? Sir, I would like to a stock like I do not recommend apps for Nigerian stocks. Honestly speaking, I do not. Portfolios. You can still use your phone to do your trading. That's what I recommend for ease of data transmission. Sir, if I am to choose between charms and tip now, please, which should I choose? I think I've answered this question. AS. I would have gone for tip, but tip, I'll go for charms. I'll just place a bid at 2 Naira and relax. Nafisa is in the building. Very good afternoon to you. Very long time. It's good to have you back, Nafisa. Hope all is well, family is good. Thank you very much. Tina Nails on Instagram. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate your presence. Keep your questions coming in. I'm seeing less questions on Instagram. Okay, Stanley Ugu says, good afternoon, coach. I was not fully present in yesterday's, but I bought 800,000 worth of RRL, and it's always better to buy a day before qualification. So today is just about the 6th, so you are qualified. Instagram family, keep your questions coming in. Coach, what's your thought on UCAP? Ask Henry is asking. Well, I think that UCAP is a stock that will position at around 18 and below. If you see at 17, great. Coach, please, questions. Why not Vic the Great? Come on, please. And I'll bring you up and say, what is the best entry price for Dang Sugar? With that announcement by Dangote Sugar on the deal secured in Ghana, I am 30, between 36 and 38. Currently 38, I guess. Between 35 and 30. After every sharp rise comes a pullback. So you want to carefully time your entry, just in case that. Well, it's part of the financial services requirement, so you should, if you want to use bamboo. Okay, 2 callers standing by. Nafisa is the first. Afterwards, Vic the Great comes up. Hello. Welcome back from your. I think it's our network. Good afternoon to you.
It's my own, right?
Long time.
It's my
Welcome
network.
back.
Okay, is it my network?
Could be mine as well.
Hello.
Don't worry, just go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, good afternoon. I just say, let me come and say hello because it has been long.
It's been long. You traveled to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. And the network over there is something else.
You see? So I seem to have an idea of where all of you go to from time to time, right? Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you very much for stopping by to say hi. Really appreciate.
All right. I want to ask about UBA. I don't really used to pay attention to dividend, but this time around, I was holding UBA and they pay me. I saw payment 2 times. They pay one like today, maybe 2 days after that, I saw another one. So I was wondering, how is it? I don't understand. Abi, is it a mistake from them?
Um, did you buy the UBA in 2 batches
No,
at
I
2
did not buy
different?
in 2 batches. Yes, and the payment they made is not the same
Okay.
payment. Like the first one they pay was different amount from the one they pay later.
Okay. Do you remember having UBA in any other broker with any other broker apart from Atlas Portfolios?
No, I don't even have with Atlas. It's with these people with Afri Invest. I don't have with Atlas. It's
Okay.
only Afri Invest I have it
Have you
with.
okay? Have you taken time to calculate how many UBA you have and
You mean like the unit? You mean like the unit? Sorry, you mean if I've calculated the unit I have?
the unit times the dividend per share to see that it is what you received in total?
I don't even know how to calculate it because I don't used to pay attention to dividend. If they pay, they pay. So I don't really know, but I don't have
Okay.
much. I don't have much. I think I have 100 and something thousand units, or I don't have,
And you say
yes, I
that's
think
not
so.
much. That's Elijah talking. It's all right. So what you should do is your total number of UVA shares times the final dividend amount of 3 naira per share. Check it against what you received. But let's assume you have 100,000 shares times 3 naira. That's 300,000. Then take away 10% withholding tax. That will take out 30,000 from the 300,000, leaving you with a balance of 270,000 net dividend in your account. This is assuming it's 100,000 shares. So work it out that way and then check
Oh,
how much you
okay.
receive twice to know whether it
All right.
sums up.
Yeah. The first one I received was about 295, 90 something thousand. Then the second one was 300 and something thousand. The second payment. The first one they put dividend, but the second name they give it, it was not dividend. They put different name. It was like payment, but it is from UBA. The first one they put dividend, payment for dividend, but the second one, which is 300 plus, they use another name until when I check it.
Okay, how long have you held those stocks?
I, since last year.
At least more than 1 year, about up to a year. Okay, this is what has
Oh
happened.
yes.
You did
Okay.
not receive the interim dividend of last year.
Okay. Okay. All
UBA
right.
declared 2 interim dividend, and that should amount to 200 and something thousand. Then they declared
Okay.
a final dividend per share, which should amount to 300 and something thousand.
Oh.
So I think they realized in the course of paying the final dividend that they didn't pay you your interim dividend. And so they paid them almost together. Problem
Okay.
solved.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
Al-Hajjah travels to Saudi, returns, and is welcomed with dividend alerts that she's not even paying attention to. That's what you get investing in the stock market.
Yes.
So
I
some of
it's
the
really sweet.
expenses you have made is suddenly now sorted without struggle. No sweat. Interesting stuff. If you are
Wow.
not following money, guys, nothing is as sweet as going about spending time and enjoying what you love to do with your time, only to return to realize that those people wearing suits in UBA were actually working and laboring for you, and now here is part of your own profit for being a shareholder. Isn't that
Hmm.
sounding great now?
Wow. It sounds great. And I also want to ask about this tip.
Wonderful.
I find out that tip is going crazy. I don't know whether I should say they are going crazy. I bought tip when tip was one naira 81 kobo. So
Guys, have you heard?
tip used to be one of the slowest moving stocks. So because I bought it a little bit much, I think I have about 3 million or thereabout unit. So
Imagine
I I did not want to, when it was fluctuating, I
when it was.
just forgot it there. And yesterday, I don't even used to check it because I have it in Meristem. I don't used to check that their app. I just checked it yesterday and I find out that
And it
it
blew
is
your
at
mind.
5 naira 44 kobo thereabout. I went to check percentage. I am over 200%. I say, what? So what is driving
See
tip?
that?
I don't know whether I should get more of it.
Hold on, let's finish with you. Don't be in a hurry. 3 million T at
Okay.
1 naira. You spent 5.5 million to buy 3 million T.
No, I think it's more than 3 million because
3 million tip, by the way.
I spent 6 point something million. So it's more than 3 million. The unit.
Okay,
I
just
spent I
just for
spent six point
academic
five.
purpose, let me 6.5 at entry price of
Yeah.
what?
1.81.
181. Ladies and gentlemen, you are hearing live. 5 million at 1.81 gave you 3.5 million teeth. 3,500,000 I left the fractions anyway. 3,500,000 tip times today. I'm glad to inform you that tip is selling for 5 naira 8 kobo. Just 2 kobo left to make it 6 naira. So currently your 3.5 million tip is now valued at 20.9 million naira.
Yeah, you are correct.
Are you with me?
You are correct. But what I don't know is what is driving them. Should I get more of it? Because I was confused. Like when I saw it, I was so
Larger,
excited.
larger, larger Nafisa, hold on. You see, there is something about you with penny stocks. You have never missed shooting penny stocks, right? And it keeps working for you. Can I tell you why?
Okay, sir.
You hardly sell a stock because it is not moving or because it lost. In fact, most of the times, when your stocks drop, you abandon them and take your eyes off. And most often, by the time you come back, they have rewarded you for staying loyal to them. You hardly
Yeah,
sell your stock at loss. You rather
that's the
leave it
strategy.
no matter how long, and that is what has made you a penny stock star. When was that? You must have bought around November, December, or something.
Last year, yeah, it was last year. I don't know. I can't remember precisely, but it was last year.
1 naira 81 kobo, 6.5 million naira has amounted to 20.9 million naira, and tip is not done yet. Now, I want to assure you that you made the best decision picking up tip, and you can even accumulate, but just hold on for it to drop. This is what happened.
Okay.
Tip did fantastically well in their full year results and made 1 naira per share earnings per share. For a
Oh,
stock that is less than 10 naira to be gathering 1 naira earnings per share, that's a huge performance. Now, what ensured that T did not rise too much after that fantastic result was because they decided to pay only 10 kobo per share. So, on top of your 3 point something million shares, expect 10 kobo dividend per share, which should amount to 300 and something thousand. But that's by the way.
okay.
The market did not react too well after the dividend was announced. That's why it's still within a limit that you can buy more. What they have also done by that practice of saving 90% of their earnings per share is they are building their general reserve, and that positions them to expand the business from within. That equips them for organic growth of the business without having to go and start borrowing, right?
Okay.
So as we speak now, TIP is beginning to be recognized by the market, and the market is now rewarding it for what a great stock it will eventually become. So, in trying to accumulate, wait for it to pull back a bit because this is a quick rise, and as you know, it may likely pull back a bit before continuing its journey. I've already told people long ago, it's been over a month, I sold accumulate tip. If you don't have 1 million shares of any company and you know you can have up to 4 million naira, accumulate it. Let it become your 1 million share stock. Because this stock will soon leave penny stock zone. And once the stock touches 10 naira, it has waved bye bye to penny stock zone. So that is what is happening with TIP.
Yeah, I think charms. I don't know. I've abandoned charms too, and unfortunately, charms is the in fact the highest stock that I've accumulated a lot. So I know I
Don't
have
worry.
belief because I know it's a fundamental company, and I'm not scared. I bought it in fact, I have it in Atlas, I have in AfriInvest, I have it in Meristem. So I know that since last year I've been accumulating. I'm not scared because I know it will go
Good.
up. So if anybody is holding it, don't be scared. If you have your way, accumulate more. Because I believe
You
when
have
when
heard
chance will start
from,
movement,
ladies and gentlemen, you are hearing from the, she never loses in her. These are in stock like Transcorp. She bought Transcorp under 1 naira. Elijah, let me not waste your time. Thank you very much.
you're welcome, sir. I appreciate.
And we're glad to have you back. Vic D, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Baba Gibbs says, buy champs at 2 naira 20 kobo. No, buy champs at 2 naira. Stay patient.
Good
Put in a
afternoon, sir.
bid. It will fly. Good afternoon, Vic D. Tell us where you're streaming from.
Coach, good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victor. I'm streaming from Abuja.
Vic D from Abuja, thank you for joining.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your
Good.
selfless activity over here. I've been to so many places where something like this is happening, and you have to pay for it. I really appreciate your effort. God bless you so much, sir.
Thank you, and God bless you more.
I Oh, the network is somehow bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I can hear you.
Come on. The network is somehow bad here. I don't know what's going on. But then let me just try. I just want to. I have a problem with my one of the public offer that I bought. That is from Fidelity. That is from Fidelity.
Go ahead.
I've been having problem with. I've been having problem with them. The broker I use is from Stanbic Bank, and all this while I've been trying to get my CSCS. They are not forthcoming from Stanbic Bank, but somehow I got it from another broker. So, but I still use Stanbic Bank to get any of the things I wanted to get involved with. So I bought Fidelity at nine naira something, and I've not gotten my dividends. And every time I make reach out to my broker, she's always telling me she's sending a mail. The first time she was selling the mail up to 6 months, nothing happened. And now dividend is being paid. One of the Fidelity that I bought in was the Atlas portfolio. I bought in dividend for that one. But for the public offer that I bought so much, I think I bought about 500 units or something of Fidelity. I didn't get anything from it, so I had to call. And since last week, she's been telling me she's going to send a mail. So I don't know if there's another way I can go about it, or is there anything I can do?
Okay, actually, you can actually also write the registrars yourself.
Okay, sir.
right? So just Google search registrars for Fidelity Bank, and then you can also take a look
Okay.
at uh, their email address. From there, pick up the email address and send to
Okay.
them. Indicate in that
Okay. Thank
email
you, sir.
you bought two Atlas portfolios, for instance, but
Yes.
you have only received dividend for your holdings that you bought through Atlas portfolio. But the
Okay.
one from the public offer you still haven't gotten. That way,
Okay.
they can be assured that you have been verified by Atlas Portfolios, a broker who they can trust. Then they can process what
Yes, sir.
is left to send to you. So that, because most of these
Okay, sir.
registrars, they feel more comfortable when they
Thank
can
you so much,
verify
sir. I
through a
appreciate it.
broker instead of if we have to do it personally. Thank you very much. Hello, Maori.
Yeah, hello, coach. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you. It's good to have you here. How have you been?
Yeah, nice to be back also. Yeah, I've been traveling a little bit. I was missing in action, I think, for
All
2 weeks,
right.
but glad to be back here today. Yeah. I was actually listening to Alhaja Nafisa, and the only thing I can say is that those are the things I love to hear. Those things, testimonies like that, they are basically music to my ears. And, this will go a very long way to reassure everybody investing here that, look, you don't need to panic when the market is fluctuating. You don't need to get scared unnecessarily. You just need to make sure that you up here one day giving your own testimonies also. It's amazing how an investment of below 5 million can just, turn into over 20 million in the twinkling of an eye. And one thing I want to say more is that TIP is actually one of my biggest misses for 2024. Believe me, I was here when you called TIP at around 1 naira 90 kobo thereabout. But I didn't invest, my loss, and we move and we keep on learning. Hello, coach, are you there? I think you're having an issue with your network. Coach, are you there? I think you had an issue with your network.
Yes, sorry about that. I
Okay,
think the whole network issues is
yeah,
coming from my end as well.
yeah,
All sorts of challenges. Go ahead, sir.
yeah. So that's it. So basically, I was saying TIP was one of my biggest misses in 2024. I should have invested, but I didn't. I was rather, focused on other equities and everything. But we keep on looking for opportunities every day. So every newbie here, like Coach has explained, like Nafisa has also explained, once you get an opportunity, a good opportunity, try very much to enter early. Do not panic and sit pretty and watch your money grow.
Wow, Nafisa has done it again. She is
He did
the penny
it
stock
again, I
queen.
must say.
She She has an uncanny patience for stocks. She can leave a stock for 3 years. She left Transcorp for almost 10 years or something like that. So that's why they say patience is a virtue. This one didn't even take time. From last year to now, pam, pam, pam. That's it. Okay, coach. Okay, I think I want to be like her. Fancy Nails says, I've always been attracted to penny stocks. All right, all you need to do is accumulate the kind of patience that she always displays. Never discouraged about stock price movement downwards. Always upbeat about what next to do, where next to invest. Beauty Fine Shop says, please tell me Nafisa's story. Okay, Maobi, please go ahead and share with Beauty Fine Shop. She says, tell her.
Yeah, was actually about to respond to her. Now, Beauty Fine Shop, I will summarize Nafisa's story as a story of patience, as a story of understanding and perseverance. You need to be patient in this market, 100%. And Nafisa, showed this by being patient enough and sticking with TIP even when TIP wasn't moving as much as everybody was expected. Her story is a story of perseverance because if you do not persevere, you will easily jump out when everybody is making the noise. Like a couple of weeks ago, I saw a couple of comments in Networks Investors Club and also in the live. What is happening to Shams? What is happening to this? Believe me, like Coach will always say, in a couple of weeks now or months, some investors here will be asking, is this the right time to buy Shams? I'm just giving an example. So basically, patience, perseverance will take you a very long way in this job. Now, Nafisa invested, I believe, under 5 million a couple of months ago. That should be around November or thereabouts. And now we are talking about over 20 million. Yeah, 6.5. Okay, thank you for the correction. And now we are talking about over 20 million. That's the same stock that you invested 6.5 million is worth just right now. This is something that you don't just, that doesn't happen overnight, obviously. But this is also something that is possible if you understand how the market works and if you understand that, being an investor in the stock market really means that you have to have a strong mindset. So with that strong mindset, here we are.
Are you there, sir? Today's network is terribly bad.
Yes, coach, I'm right here. The network is a little bit fluctuating, but just to summarize it, patience took Nafisa to where she got to, perseverance took her to where she got to, and being disciplined, to follow laid down procedures, to follow, to close your ears to the noise and, open your eyes to real fundamentals in the market, got her to where she got to with TIP.
Thank you very much. And something that people need to pick out from all of these is that just the way she bought tip and it wasn't moving, she said it, that it was just lingering. So she abandoned it, she just avoided it, looked elsewhere, and did other things. She has come back to see tip flying and is wondering why. Can you see that she's even planning to add more tip in spite of the price difference from when she bought? So she has an insatiable appetite for these things. Not everybody will want to be asking to buy tip more than 5 naira, that they just bought 1 naira 80 something kobo. But Nafisa is still asking to know why tip is moving the way it is, so she can decide what next to do. Normally, her normal self, if you know her very well, she's supposed to sell this tip straight up. Normally, Nafisa will sell tip at this point, but she has asked a very important question and has made up her mind to even buy more, as expensive as it is compared to how much she bought it. Let's also not miss out the fact that she indicated in her comments that she bought more charms than tip, and she does not feel bothered that tip has not moved as much as tip. Charms has not moved as much as tip. Understand why? Because she knows that each stock has its day. And today it is tip, tomorrow it could be another. So she's not frustrated with charms, just the way she refused to be frustrated when tip was not moving. And today the market is discovering tip and rewarding tip. That's the same way. Now that charms is still affordable at 2. Up till yesterday, it was available at 2. Buy your tip now. Nafisa will again be amongst those who will make a kill when charms move from 2 naira to 3 naira. Not all stocks move at the same time. Learn this and have patience and have your peace. That's the way it works. The typical Nafisa I know is supposed to sell that tip right now, but she has just changed her strategy on the spot, having found out that the fundamentals are fantastic. If you are in this community, even if you joined just a month ago, you must have heard me saying tip, 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 tip. I've been saying tip since November and coming, right? So it's up to you to make up your mind. Usually, don't chase a stock that is running. Look for the one that is yet to be discovered, that is being mentioned. Baba Gift is asking, can I buy 100,000 naira of charms when it enters 2 naira? Perfect. Do that and relax yourself. Forget about anything and wait for its time. Good. Disabella says, I learned from that last statement she made. Exactly. That's the point. A lot of people will only be attracted and hear the good side. But she made that last statement that she bought a lot of charms. Though it has not moved, she will just leave it because she knows that this thing will eventually fly. So while everybody is now chasing after tip, look for the one that people are not chasing after. While you wait for tip to come down, because tip is a solid long-term prospect that I don't want anybody to miss. You see the way I kept hammering on Aradel, and eventually, here we are. We have not even gone anywhere regarding Aradel. So that's it. What's the good entry price for Cadbury? Architect Innocent. Cadbury is around 38 now. But I think the best entry price would be around 30. Should it get between 32 and 30? Any kind of fluctuation around there is fine. As long as you are going for the long term. JACE. It's TIP. 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 Please, can I buy ICO at the current price, Mr. Somebody? Current price of 168. It's always hovering around. When it gets to 170, it comes back down. So I think that the safest thing to do is to target at 150. Put your bid price at 150, you could buy today. But if you buy at 168 and then it gets to 170 and comes back down, that is if that pattern continues, then you will now feel bad that it has dropped after you bought. So stay a bit more patient, possibly up till Friday, unless the first quarter result comes out and it is wonderful, because ICO is also one of the good insurance companies that is still very cheap. Hi folks, this is my first time here. I'm watching from China. J Ace from China, we are glad to have you. Thank you very much. Always joining 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time and have the best of investment opportunities for your profiting at no cost. Coach, please, can one buy USCN at the current price? Olori cars. I feel that you can buy USCN at around between 31 and 33. That should be a good price. Oh, Richie is watching from Bulgaria. Thank you very much, Richie. Glad to have you here. And J Ace says, I'm a Lagosian though. Fantastic. Lagosian in China. All right. Coach, what do you think about Mark Nichols? I've not done any much research about that, so don't know. Can I buy more of Ardell at the current price? Babs Kenny, under 500 naira is okay. I know it touched 500 naira today before dropping to 499 or something like that. Okay, just checking to see if I have a caller. Yes, I do. Olayiwola Ibrahim. Let's see what you've got to say. While we're trying to connect with Olayiwola, let's continue to entertain your questions. Please, what about Etana Oil PLC? Etana has and may not have money order before it starts dropping. So Etana not jumping now. Hello.
Good afternoon, boss.
Very good afternoon. Can you tell us your name and where you're streaming from, sir?
I'm streaming from Cairo, Egypt, precisely.
Wow. Olayiwola Ibrahim, all the way from Cairo, Egypt. Thank you very much. The center of civilization. Go ahead.
Thank you, boss. Please, sir, I want you to help me share light on FDN savings bond. A few months back, I think February, I subscribed about 400,000 about on it. And the fund just take out from my wallet. I do not receive any contract paper as we are used to receive contract paper on equity or any other shares. So I've not been hearing anything about that. That's the reason why I said, let me just try and communicate and get more education about that. Thank you, sir.
Okay. You have mentioned what you invested through on what app is that?
Morgan Capital.
Morgan Capital. So it's not app. It's Morgan Capital is similar to app Atlas Portfolios. Okay, they debited you. Right. All right. Actually, when you invest in bonds, they don't give you anything. Is this your first time in bond?
That's my first time in bond, yes.
Not a problem. So you have nothing to worry about. They don't issue receipts. Your wallet statement is already showing that they debited you whatever sum that you put in there. I hope you fill the form for the bond.
Exactly, I did. Yes.
By email.
Yes. I was even mailed them before the money was deducted from my wallet. Yes.
That's enough evidence. The amount you subscribed for on the form is what was debited from your wallet.
Okay.
Yes. The next thing to do is to expect your first coupon 3 months after. Savings bonds Is paid every 3 months. Interest is paid every 3 months. That is the annual interest divided into 4 parts, so that every investment you do on each federal government savings account, you are going to be having your coupon payment every quarter. So 4 times a year, month pays you your coupons. So expect your coupon 3 months after, and that's all. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Is that
Okay,
okay?
sir. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
I'm
much.
glad to listen to you. Thank you, sir. Boss.
My pleasure. Ibrahim. Cheers. Aminu Muhammad, I am guessing I missed your own call yesterday because of time. So thank God we have time here.
Good afternoon, coach.
Aminu Muhammad, good afternoon.
Can you hear me clearly, coach?
Loud and clear. Go ahead,
Okay.
Aminu. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Aminu Mohammed Abdullah. I'm streaming from Germany.
Aminu from Germany. Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Okay, coach. I don't know whether the lady from Atlas is in the house today, whether she's on live today, because I have a question. I just got in my login details. I've been able to log in, and I've been able to also log into my account in Atlas portfolio. But the issue right now is I want to fund my account, but I didn't receive any mail, regarding, okay, we have opened your account. This is your account details, and this is the account you're supposed to fund. I didn't receive that mail. So, but I was able to check my account number on the report side of the Atlas page on my page. I was able to check the report side to see my account number, all those details, but I don't know, I've not received a mail to like, this is the account you're supposed to use to fund your account or any other thing. So that is why I just want to confirm from any of their staff why I didn't get the mail or something like that.
Okay. I tried to call her, but it looks like she's in a busy environment. So I guess she can't be able to talk from what she has typed on the comment section. What will happen is, if you don't mind, I can send you their account details to make payment on
Okay,
Instagram.
okay, okay.
Or she has just typed also that if you can send them WhatsApp message. Do you have their WhatsApp number?
No, I didn't. I don't have. So I don't know whether Mr. Maobi can send that on the Discord app if it's possible.
Don't worry.
Maybe.
Take a look at the comment section. She's responding. She has dropped the
Okay.
WhatsApp number now.
Okay, I've
Take
seen
it up
it.
from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Just go
I've seen
ahead
it.
and add the account number. But let me
Okay.
advise, in making your deposit, where you have transaction narration,
Yes.
put your full name and your CHN number. The CHN number that they gave you, the one in your Atlas account, that's the one you indicate. So transaction narration or transaction description, put your full name and your CHN number. That way, it easily gets your account, your trading account credited almost immediately.
Okay, 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 okay,
Thank you very much.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you for what you have been doing. Thank you so much.
Anytime, my pleasure. Okay, we have J Ace standing by. I guess J Ace is the one in Cairo. Coach, at what price is this? Is it best to buy UPDC? 1 naira 85 kobo or thereabouts. Okay. Please, coach, what do you think about small feet for long term? I keep getting questions about small feet, and I've never found a time to really take a good look at what they are doing in terms of performance. Coach, is it possible to maintain two accounts with different stockbrokers? If you want 10, you can maintain 10, just like you can have more than one bank account. So it's very possible. Hello. Hello. J8, are you there?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Absolutely loud and
Okay,
clear. Tell us your and where you're
okay.
streaming
All
from.
right. Thank you for having me. My name is Jay. Jay is a short form for Ajayi, and that's my surname. I just stumbled
Oh,
upon your
Ajayi.
Ajayi Olalere. Right. I stumbled upon
Awesome.
these live
Very
streaming
nice.
today. I just came back from work. It's around like 8:30 p.m. in China. So yeah, I've been
Okay.
looking for this kind of like streaming, like streaming that's got to do with finance. So I'm into like stock, but not big time because like I've not been home for ages. But I tried to travel back last year. So anyway, I just want to share my 2 cents on like Morgan Capital. Like the first time I bought some shares and didn't give me any receipt or any, like I was expecting something from the from FGN, sorry, my FGN savings bonds, but they said no, they just gave me a receipt. But anyway, I just wanted to, tell the other guy that all is well, it's fine. I've gotten my first two installments because every month I try to like buy FGN bond savings, so that's for the last 5 months and it's been okay.
Fantastic.
So I've collected the first two that was bought, so it's fine. So Morgan Capital is like very reliable. I've got some shares with them as well. I bought some company shares with them as well. So I'm very happy to be here. So if I've got anything or questions, hopefully I can ask you, my honorable teacher. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for your submission, and I'm sure that everyone else who may be wondering if it's safe to invest in MGN bond can now be rest assured that it's okay to do so. And I really want to let you know that you are most welcome. I'd like you to feel at home and feel free to ask any kind of questions you wish to, and possibly also join the Network Investors Club. We are on Discord app as well. So feel free and always join 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Whenever work can permit you over in China, just hop in and be a part of us. Thank you so very much. Hello, Jay.
Yeah, hello. I'm here.
Yes. Would that be all? Did you hear my last comments?
Yeah. You said I can join you guys on Discord. I'm not familiar with Discord, but I'll check it out because here, um, social media, like I'm using the yeah, I'm using my Niger number to actually access TikTok and other social media platforms. So my Chinese phone
It's
couldn't
okay.
access them. So that's why.
It's okay.
But yeah, but I'll be just because I'm new to shares and stocks and all these bonds. So I need a lot of input from experienced financier,
Yeah.
a teacher like you. All right. So
Thank you
sometime
very
I
much.
might ask a daft question. Please pardon me, because I'm
Never
still a
mind.
novice. Okay. Thank you very
Never
much.
mind. It's okay. It's an all here. All right. To get the Discord link, send me a DM on Instagram because the link expires from time to time. Yeah?
I don't even have his. I don't have Instagram. My Instagram, I had it
Okay,
like
what?
5 years ago. I tried to log in. I don't know what's wrong with my account. I tried to retrieve my account, but it's been very difficult. But I'm on WhatsApp.
Okay, no problems. I think we can take it up from here, TikTok. Just do me a DM here, and I'll find a way to send it to you. Let's see if you can connect because outside
Okay.
the 2 hours we have on live stream here, we are on that Discord app 24 hours. We discuss also foreign
Okay.
stocks, and we also have some foreign in that group, Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians in Nigeria, and some foreigners as well, right? In fact, we have a Bulgarian or a European who is also an admin of the club. We are nearing about 2,000 members now. So it will be a nice place to also, get sufficient updates, live information, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You enjoy the rest of your day, Jay.
Thank you. I'm going to send you a DM, so I might have to log out of this. So
Not
wealth
a
coach, right?
problem.
I've already added you,
Yes, please.
so I'm going to step out for a while.
No problems. Cheers. Okay. Karma says, what link, please? The link to join Network Investors Club. Outside the 2 hours we have here, before I come on live by 12 noon, the Nigerian market has traded 2 hours already because the Nigerian market opens 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 2:20 p.m. So after those 2 hours we have here, there could still be some wonderful information that comes up that you may want to capitalize on before the next live session. And then we also have the US market running from 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time up until 9 p.m. Nigerian time. So I'm no longer live at that time. What do? We keep chatting and discussing opportunities in the foreign markets as well. So this is the kind of platform that everyone needs to continue to keep pace with market developments and to capitalize on opportunities as they arise. If you have been a part of the Discord group, you would have seen where I mentioned NVO. Is it NVO? That stock has moved from $58 to $68, approaching $70 in a space of 2 weeks. So many other stocks like that. HIMS has moved from 20 something to 40 something. So sometimes we do not have a time to discuss the foreign stocks here because the market has not yet opened and so on. And then some other market developments that we can hear about before market opens at 10 a.m. is also shared. So you take advantage just as the market is opening. And then 2 hours after the market opens is when we now come on live here. So these are the reasons why we exist on Discord as a permanent community to help you advance. Right? So for anyone who is on Instagram and would like to follow and send a DM there, because you can be assured of a quicker response. This is my Instagram handle at Wealth Coach Omiete over here, right? Search me out on Instagram, send me a DM, and you'll be good. Sorry, how do I DM you on TikTok? Okay, Jay is asking. TikTok, DM, search me out, and then look around where they wrote message, and then click on that, and then you can DM me directly. If you are not following Coach, you are losing money. Yes, Maobi, you can say that over and over again. HIMS was called just about above 20 US dollars and now over 40 US dollars. Thank you very much, Maobi. You are really keeping records. What price is good to buy Zenith Bank? If you can buy Zenith at 46, Even at 47 is okay, but anything less than what it is, it's always good, right? Okay, so please, sir, is it PLRX or PLRZ? I need to recheck that now. Is it too late to buy NACO? If no, what's the best price? Blair's. Blair's, I'm thinking it's better to wait for NACO to pay their dividend before you buy. I am thinking so. Is today the, okay? So what are we getting in the US market today? Um, the US market, my eyes are currently on two very expensive stocks. Coin, number one, COIN. Coin, that's Coinbase. Ticker symbol COIN. I like to buy it under $200. Then MSTR, MicroStrategy. It's hovering around 380 something dollar per share. As far as it hasn't gotten to $400, that's another expensive stock my eyes are on at the very minute. Yeah. Okay. Coach, you mentioned Guinness yesterday at 80 naira, now 84. Victor Wealth, your eyes are on the ground. Beautiful. Actually, this Guinness even sold for 87 today. I don't know if it's down to 84, but you can't miss out in making money here. Please, coach, can you explain how this FGN bond works? Baba Gift, very simple. When you invest in bonds, you are actually practically borrowing to the government or the business or company that is issuing. Bonds are debt instruments issued by either governments or corporate organizations to meet short-term debt financing or project financing needs. Sometimes budget deficits are funded by governments using bonds, right? So you practically borrow money to the government at a specified tenor and rate of interest. So the issuer of the bond will announce how much percent and at what tenor, what period. FGN savings bonds typically have 2 and 3 year tenors, depending on which one you prefer to settle for, at 17 to 18% per annum, depending on which one you choose. So, but the payment structure for FGN savings bond is that every quarter they'll pay you a quarter of the full interest rate per annum, right? So that's 17% per annum, whatever figure it is, based on how much you have invested, will be divided into 4 parts. And every 3 months or every quarter, you'll be receiving that percentage, that part of the full percentage, right? But the typically long-term bonds, 10, 15, 20, 25-year bonds, they pay you twice a year, every 6 months. They split your annual interest or coupon, that's the technical name word for it. They split it into just 2 and pay you every 6 months. But at the end of the tenure of your bond investment, the capital you invested returns to you. That's the beauty about bonds. No risk of default, no record of failure. So bonds are typically the safest investment havens when it comes to security of capital. The only thing you will now have to grapple with when investing in bonds is the economic challenges of devaluation and inflation, right? Otherwise, your capital is 100% secure, zero risk. So that's how bonds work. Coach, please, I need a link to recover my GT and ETI shares. You don't really need a link. You need to open a brokerage account and instruct your broker to go after them. Maybe move them from CSCS to the new brokerage account you'll be opening. Otherwise, maybe you're asking for the unclaimed dividend portal, which is a link. Then follow what Deal has sent, sec.gov.ng for unclaimed dividend. Please, coach, what stocks do you feel can do 60% over 2 years? Please recommend. Thanks. Aradel can do you 60% in 2 years. USCN can do 60% in 2 years. Guinness can do 60% in 2 years. TIP can do 60% in 2 years. Chams can do 60% in 2 years. NASCON can do 60% in 2 years. The list is endless. Even Vitaphone, despite the fact it's quite more expensive now, from the 24 naira I mentioned, it's now 48 naira per share, but there is a capability of that stock doing 60% in 2 years, right? That's it. Okay. Omobi, thank you very much. I see the gifts, really appreciated. Coach, is First Holdco a good buy now? Absolutely. Ready to wear in Abuja? First Holdco is a very good buy between 24 and under 25. Esenudia says, Coach, what about NASCON? I do not want NASCON to rise above 50 before you can buy, so maybe you can go in at 45, but it's not yet 40, no, 47. That's a more realistic price target now, unless something happens and it dips. But there's great value, especially long-term value in that NASCON. We haven't seen all of it yet. Abby Pearl says, Coach, please, where can someone buy these FGN bonds? Just keep a date every first week of a new month, like we are in now. FGN savings bond is available. Then the long-term bonds takes time. Just email your stockbroker to furnish you with subscription form, and they will get you sorted. Role officials says, Coach, you definitely have eye for strong companies. Coinbase and MicroStrategy are excellent companies. Absolutely. Those solid growth stocks can actually double your money quickly. Not double, but give you quantum gains per day. What price can I buy Charms, please? 2 naira. Coach, please. I got some VFD on the qualification date. Will I still benefit from dividend and bonus? Hopefully you should, as long as it's qualification date. But I have expressed my concern regarding qualification dates because sometimes a little mix-up here and there from the registrar's end can see you get denied because of how close qualification date is to closing of register. So hopefully they get it right, and then you should benefit from both. Coach, please, what stock should we buy in Nigeria? Victor Wealth, I've just given a list of good companies to buy. I've mentioned NASCON, I've mentioned First Holdco, I also mentioned Zenith at 47 under, I've mentioned UACN, maybe 33 and under. I'll go ahead to mention Vitaphone, but maybe you should wait around 45. I'm also going to mention a stock like I've mentioned Aradel. These are stocks to buy in Nigeria. Oh, Olorikas, if you got it at markdown price, then you will not qualify for the dividend and bonus because they marked it down for the person who eventually sold you at that price has lost if they don't give to that person. So it's that person who will eventually, that person actually waited to qualify and then sold. So the person will eventually qualify for both the dividend and bonus. So not you who bought it post markdown price. So what do you think about ARM mutual funds? ARM solid as always. If you enjoy mutual funds, then not a problem. Go ahead. I know them very well. They are actually a former subsidiary of GT Bank, and you know, whatever institution that GT Bank set up, be sure that that institution is solid. And that also applies to a stock like Mansard. Mansard was the insurance arm of GT Bank before it was spun off. Which is better to buy between NB, International Breweries, and Guinness? The healthiest amongst all of them there is Guinness. The strongest in terms of financials is Guinness. Omobi says, I just checked with dividend link from my father-in-law. I saw he bought some stocks. So, coach, Omobi, you are about to be celebrated as the best daughter-in-law in the world. Isn't that fantastic? Let's go ahead and follow up this story. Make sure that we get him to recover whatever it is that is unclaimed. And trust me, you are just about to be celebrated as the best daughter-in-law the world has ever seen. Your father-in-law will look at you like, wow, I have got a smart daughter-in-law. And your husband will be so proud of you. Come on now, let's do it. Does he have a stockbroking account already? If he doesn't, then you're going to help send him the link to open his brokerage account so that the new broker will now pursue everything that requires him to get his dividends. And if there is any other stock in CSCS that he's not aware of that he owns, then it will be retrieved into his brokerage account for him to see. So you are about to help your father-in-law to realize that he has some money somewhere that he didn't actually know about. Are you ready to do this? I'll be glad to help you get this done. That's what we do here. Thank you very much, Omobi. So keep in touch and let's get this sorted out. For instance, if he had UBA shares many years back, it means he also has UCAP, Afriland Properties, and African Prudential. All three, because he owned UBA shares many years back and he may not know. So this is the time to make a name for yourself yet again. Thank you very much, Omobi. Good one there. What are the best American stocks to buy and purchase now? Please, Kingsley Ahuchaogu. Well, best American stocks, really don't know if I should say they are the best, but I can tell you in terms of returns, they look good to give you very good returns. And number one, like I said, I'm looking at, though they are expensive, the ones I'm watching now. But Google, don't miss out on Google, because Google continues to trade below its fair value. Right? Google, MSTR, I don't know if I should mention HIMS anymore, because seeing it jump from 20 something to 40 right now looks like there just might be a pullback. So that makes it unattractive in the immediate term. Rather wait for a pullback. And you know what? Yesterday they announced a fantastic result, also beating all earnings expectations. And so HIMS will continue to fly. So otherwise, you could go with NOV. NOV is also good enough. It's been gaining from $58 that it was mentioned, now 68. There's still room for improvement. I do not have them offered. I wish I can be taking a look at my what do you call my watch list, because I keep renewing them from time to time. Up till yesterday, I still added something to it. Otherwise, Amazon is there, but at what price? That's the question. Okay, so this is how this works. If you follow me on Instagram, because TikTok is not where I am able to post flyers or posters or what you call. As long as it's not video, I don't easily post on TikTok, but you'll find those things on Instagram. So in order not to miss out both on my Instagram story and so on, that's where I share some of these things ahead of time. I thought he got in on qualification day, hence you should qualify. Showing, as long as they have marked down, then it's not possible for him to benefit after buying at markdown price. Baba Gift says, is Bamboo a good broker? Bamboo is not a licensed broker. It's a fintech that affiliates with a broker. But there's nothing wrong with them. Just that we know that if you use fintech apps that are not brokers, then you're going to pay double transaction fees. Very simple. Lolade is giving us update right now, ladies and gentlemen. Aradel back to 503 naira. Congratulations, everybody who has been on that train. If you have Aradel, then you are a good listener and you are taking position. Aradel actually stayed patient for as many people as possible who may not have had the cash to buy when we started talking to now buy. So, like I said, Aradel keeps going. Coach, my mom and sister got UBA shares many years back, but we don't know how to recover it. What do you advise? Tiffany Abeka, please follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. I'm interested in helping you also become the best daughter and the best sister in the whole wide world. Suddenly they will realize they have some kind of wealth stacked away somewhere. And what a time to discover. If they had UBA long ago, like I said, they must have shares of African Prudential. African Prudential gave 1-for-1 bonus this year, meaning whatever quantity of African Prudential they had when those three companies were spun off from UBA, and therefore shares of those companies given to UBA shareholders as part owners of the major company, then the number of shares of African Prudential she was given that time will double. That's one. United Capital is the other. United Capital did 2-for-1 bonus last year, meaning whatever quantity of United Capital shares she had before that bonus given last year, they will give her extra in double quantity of what she already had. Then the other is Afriland Properties. And all of these three companies, including the UBA, has consistently paid dividends. So there is some form of cash depending on how many shares that they have. We will unravel and you will get them to take hold of this. Sounds good, right? If so, send me a DM reminding me of this so we can let you know exactly what to do to get this done for them. Kingsley Ahucha who says, I follow you on Instagram, coach. Fantastic. Then you are good to go. Sir, my dad has Floor Means of Nigeria PLC and he hasn't claimed any dividends for several years now. All right? First things to do is Flour Mills has been delisted from the stock exchange and shareholders were paid 86 naira per share as payoff, which is fantastic. Then the registrars will be contacted to follow up on his unclaimed dividends and also his payout. Okay, it's always advisable that he opens a brokerage account so that the registrars can easily respond. Yeah, please, between treasury bills and FGN bonds, which one is a better recommendation to invest in? They are similar in terms of coming from the government similar in terms of return. Your capital is returned to you, but different in two major ways. Number one, maximum tenure for treasury bill is 365 days, nothing more than 1 year. Number two, your interest is paid to you upfront. As you invest under 24 hours, your interest goes to you. So at the end of the 1 year tenure, your capital returns to you. That's the difference. So it's up to you to decide. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 minutes more, and I've done my best to see that I answer all of the questions that you have been throwing at me. And hopefully you have solutions to any other issues bugging you. All right? I'm checking through Instagram now to see. Sorry for the breaking transmission that happened. Good a thing we were able to catch up. And here we are. Okay, coach, I own MRS shares, but it tells me insufficient when I attempt to sell. Please contact your broker to sort this out. What do you think about First Bank stock, sir? Akindele Emmanuel. First Bank stock, good for the long term. The current price, fantastic to enter and relax. Baba Gibbs is asking, is an account in Bamboo a brokerage account? Definitely, because they will eventually open with a broker. Olorika says Aradel 525 at the moment. All right, the journey begins. Congratulations to anyone who bought at 447 naira. Thank you very much, everybody, for being a part of this. I really thoroughly enjoyed myself here today. Hopefully, we'll continue again tomorrow, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, either here in my office or in my home office. But as long as you are consistent in what we do here and take action, never mind, you will surely be happy with your financial outcome. Thank you very much for being part of what we do. Really appreciate you all. And I want to specifically thank Maobi also. I'm sure network has made him drop out, but wonderful. Thank you, Lolade. God bless you even more. You've been really, really amazing. A lot of people do not know how wonderful you've been all the way. 45,000 likes indeed. Thank you so very much, guys. Hopefully we'll do it again, but keep smiling. I know most of you have Aradel. Congratulations in advance. 525 naira. Well, let's see how it goes. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's 2 p.m. now when I have to take my leave. Let me go and see what I can do also in the market. Well, Nafisa has inspired everybody else. I hope you went home with that inspiration to do better. See you tomorrow, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day and bye for now.